pas de regret d'avoir fait ce que j'ai fait.
Mauvais is a 1986 film by the French director Léos Carax, and it's one of my favorite movies. It takes place in a world which seems much like our own, but is eerily off in a way that we can't quite put our finger on at first, drawing many parallels to Jean-Luc Godard's Alphaville. We find ourselves in a near future Paris, but it's one that hasn't aged gracefully. There's a certain bohemian feel about this movie, and everything seems, from the washed up characters to the cluttered, crumbling settings, to be in a state of decay. But make no mistake, this is a noir film almost to the T. A femme fatale, cops and robbers, it's a simple formula, and it's one that's proven to be timeless. In this world, there's a virus known as STBO, a sort of AIDS-like analog that occurs when two people have sex without being in love. In order to pay off a debt, two down-and-out gangsters named Mark and Hans decide to steal the STBO vaccine from a pharmaceutical firm and enlist the help of a street urchin named Alex. But everything goes sideways when Alex finds himself infatuated with Mark's girlfriend, Anna. From the start, Carax is a master of using time and space to his advantage. He can go seamlessly from frenetic, double-speed action sequences to an almost syrupy, slow crawl. While shots can seem crowded almost to the point of claustrophobia, Carax has the ability to hold us close without ever letting us feel as if we're being smothered. Because there's an incredible physical depth to so much of this film. In this shot alone, we are masterfully shown three distinct layers of fore, mid, and background simply by the movement of Mark's character, yet the shot itself is focused tight in on the space of a single doorway. The action is so subtle that it can easily go unnoticed, yet it achieves the desired effect of creating depth in a confined space. Like any good noir film, Mauvais loves to manipulate shadows and light. Oftentimes we'll see a shot divided, or find ourselves looking through a window or doorway, or our view of the action will somehow be impeded. Carax will use silhouettes to create a frame when he wants to draw us into a shot and focus on the mid or background. As an audience, we find ourselves looking over people's shoulders as if we're standing in a crowd trying to get a better look at the action. Carax turns us into active participants in the film rather than just passive viewers. And it doesn't end there either. The idea of light, darkness, and reflection is intertwined with the idea of connection, a theme that is revisited again and again throughout the film. When Alex first sees Anna, it is shown in a series of reflections, symbolic of those moments when we might see an attractive stranger in passing and find ourselves wondering what life might be like with them, even though we have only those fleeting glimpses of them that we might catch. Carax is well aware of those brief, deeply intimate moments that illustrate connection, a hand placed on a hand, a foot lingering on the stairs, fingers brushing away tears. His close focus on these shots is not accidental or unintentional. The relationship between Anna and Alex is at the core of the film. Both are deeply lonely people who find themselves taking comfort in a shared connection over the course of a sleepless night. The film is almost defined by this 15-minute interlude in which we find ourselves falling for these characters and the one weapon they have against the world around them. But ultimately, their love is not meant to be. In this realization, Alex lets out his frustrations in a half-agony, half-hope sprint to David Bowie's Modern Love. The tracking shot is a sharp contrast to the slow plod of the two would-be lovers' story and keeps the film from stalling or becoming stale. Mauvais manages to be complex without slipping into pretension, heartwarming without being overly sentimental, and genuinely, almost effortlessly funny at times, but ultimately there's a certain sadness that lingers behind the curtains, the simple human truths that so much in life revolves around pain, which we can't avoid, that much of our love goes wasted, spent, unrequited, and that oftentimes we truly don't appreciate what we have until it's gone, that we may spend many lonely nights running away from something or someone until we find that one person's hand to hold and stop the world from spinning for just a brief moment. With all this in tow, and its final crescendo, Mauvais' song manages to be deeply comforting while bringing us to the point of tears in its sheer beauty.